Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another video. As you guys know, a few days ago, Fortnite released Chapter 4. So I want to do a quick review of my thoughts and opinion on the new chapter and briefly just give a quick also recap of the Chapter 3 Fracture event. Um, so I'm going to start with the Fracture event because it actually leads into Chapter 4. It led into Chapter 4 really nicely. The only thing that I've seen on Twitter, maybe even YouTube, because I do watch a lot of content creators to see how they react to stuff over on YouTube, maybe even on Twitch, and then just kind of enjoy it. Kind of reminds me of kind of Call of Duty zombies when you watch zombie YouTubers either try and figure stuff out or react to certain events or cutscenes. So that's what I did. I even did it with the Collision event leading up to Fracture. I went back and watched a lot of content creators how they reacted to certain points of the live event for Collision. So it's kind of the same thing, and I mentioned that when I think Fracture just originally got announced. I think I talked about how when you watch content creators, their personality is obviously in their content. If they're a negative person, um, or funny, outgoing, upbeat person. It kind of relates to their content. With that being said, with the Fracture event, I kind of saw a lot of Call of Duty zombie YouTubers in personality almost in the Fracture event, whereas with the Fracture event, you were really not given any instructions. I mean, you were given instructions, but I guess in a way it shows how well certain content creators follow direction, where your hand isn't held the entire way through the event. A lot of people during Fracture, I saw, well, not a lot, but a few people I saw had trouble trying to figure out what's going on, what to do, what the objectives were, and stuff like that. Whereas some people picked up on everything very easy and nicely. And the other thing, really quickly, that I want to mention is I saw people were saying that the event was too long, 40 minutes were too long. But again, it goes on your personality. For me, 40 minutes was not even close enough time that you need to kind of venture around and kind of see everything. For me, I was, and I know like Xbox and maybe even like PlayStation, they usually tweet out, and maybe even video game studios tweet out questions saying, hey, what do you do when you load into a map for the first time? With the Fracture event, I like to explore, and that's my answer most of the time. For the Fracture event, I was just exploring everything. I was doing the objectives and exploring. And for me, 40 minutes went really fast. And it even goes to what I've said with Outbreak and Cold War, where you can play for like 5 hours of Outbreak. It feels like 15 minutes. If you love exploring, you love trying to figure stuff out on your own, you're gonna have a great time. And with the Fracture event, again, it goes with the content creator's personality. If they are bad at exploring, don't know how to figure stuff out, they're not gonna enjoy the Fracture event, and that is kind of what I saw with some of them. With that being said, it's the same thing that happened with the Collision event. Is that some people didn't like certain things at the Collision event. Um, so that was something that I noticed. But back into Chapter 4, or so I don't kind of ramble on too long. Spawn Island is amazing right now that you're seeing the spawn and the bus lifting off like a rocket or launching like a rocket is just amazing. Just the way everything looks is amazing. Um, Again, I've mentioned before, I feel like it's way overdue because when you think about Fortnite, it's been the same, pretty much the same battle royale for the last 5 years. And I've something I've seen on Twitter also. I think even, believe it or not, under Donald Muster's one of his tweets, people are saying, it is a right step in the right direction for Fortnite. It is way overdue. But people have to realize, again, Battle Royale is just a side mode of Fortnite. Fortnite is a zombies mode. And the Fortnite Save the World, I guess I would even call it like the main game, has so much more gameplay and mechanics than Battle Royale has. And it also reminds me of Call of Duty and Call of Duty campaign versus Call of Duty multiplayer, multiplayer only takes a small percentage of what's in or what were in the campaigns. I remember you can like fly jets, you can fly helicopters. None of that stuff back in the day you were able to do in Call of Duty multiplayer. Your attack helicopter flew itself. The jets, the VTOLs and the jets flew themselves. But if you were to play some of the campaigns, there's a whole bigger picture to the campaign in Call of Duty than there is in the multiplayer or the side modes or Spec Ops or even Zombies. But then eventually Zombies morphed into its own thing at one point. And I know, like I said, whenever I do these reviews or opinions and thoughts, I kind of I'm all over the place. Uh, but again, with that being said, I love that now Fortnite, in my opinion, it feels like they're not scared to go in different directions. Again, that's the unfortunate thing with Call of Duty, where anything new, I mean, Tim the Tatman has said it, some of the big streamers have said it, Dr. Disrespect has said it also. Anything new Call of Duty tries to do, the content creators and the some of the players, I don't really want to say the fans because fans are always going to be your fans, but I'm going to say maybe trolls and maybe even some of the big content creators, they always complain about anything new that Call of Duty tries to do. Whereas Fortnite, everybody's loving the new mechanics, the new map, the new characters, the new battle pass, everything, the new perks that you're seeing here. Everybody loves every. A lot of people, or actually, I think pretty much everyone loves everything in Chapter 4. Um, Again, I feel bad for the devs at Activision and Infinity Ward and Treyarch and Raven, and anytime anything new comes along, I feel like it's just one of those like it almost feels now, and this is gonna sound corny, but with the whole Apple 1984 thing where Apple was supposed to be the new thing and IBM was the old. I think that's kind of what we're going through right now with Call of Duty versus, not versus, but Call of Duty comparing Call of Duty in Fortnite, whereas Fortnite now is the IBM, not, sorry, Call of Duty is now the IBM where people don't want change, they want the same thing. And now Fortnite is coming along like the new Apple back in the day, where Apple was going to be the new renovation and everything new is going to be different. And they added color. I think color was even the big thing in Apple back in the day. Now Fortnite is almost like the Apple and Call of Duty is like the IBM, where people don't want change. People that play Call of Duty, anything new that Call of Duty does, people just complain about it. Whereas Fortnite, I'm really happy to see that a lot of the fans and the content creators and the Epic partners love the changes that Fortnite has in Chapter 4. Again, the perk systems are great. I can't wait to see all the different type of perks. Now, the number one perk I would want, and I've actually been saying it for a couple chapters now, maybe even seasons. I hate that the pickaxe take forever to to farm. You have to swing like a bunch of times to break some of the stuff. And I've seen people say that the mats, you're not getting enough mats. I would want a perk that you destroy almost again, like I said, going back to what I said. Save the World has a million more mechanics, gameplay, perks that Fortnite right now Battle Royale has. And I love that the Outlanders, I almost wish that like there was an Outlander perk, or maybe they should do that, have like a perk called Outlander where you can destroy or farm so much faster. And I know that was a bug a couple seasons or years ago where the pickaxe chopped really fast. Maybe even have like the swords that can melee really fast, or just really more powerful harvesting tool. I think that's the number one thing. Not that I guess maybe at the time I feel like I was bad at like harvesting or building and stuff like that. I just feel like and maybe just for harvesting too, because I know if you melee an opponent, you're gonna insta kill them, and then people might get upset. I think if there's a way they can, have you farm with your pickaxe a lot faster, I think that would be cool. I know it's gonna become an issue when you pickaxe opponents, then people are gonna get upset that they're just getting melee killed. Unless that's something, it's just part of the system or whatever, and it is what it is. Just have it adds another dimension of like now you got to be careful that people don't pickaxe you because you can like die really quick. But that was the number one thing for years. I think I've said it maybe with people I played with or maybe other content creators that I never really liked the pickaxe farming system. And after I played Save the World for the first time a couple months ago, you see that um, wow, there's a whole nother side to Fortnite that I never even knew existed. So many things are so much better in Save the World than in Battle Royale. And it could be the same thing. Maybe at one point, like I mentioned, Fortnite was afraid to add this to the game. People would complain, people would leave. Um, Again, I feel sorry for content creators that are Warzone content creators, because you almost never gonna have anything new because of the way people complain whenever anything new is added. Again, don't want to dive too much into the negative part of it, but that was it. Again, the map looks amazing. You get in this the almost like I call it the or the 4 seasons, which I don't think there's really any desert, but that might be coming unless this is the desert here that he's dropping into. But you almost get like the autumn, the spring, the summer, and the winter biomes, I guess people are calling it. Which I never used the word biome, but I really kind of almost literally just recently learned the word biome in a way. I just said parts of the map, or the winter, fall, summer uh, portions of the map. Again, this castle looks cool. The medieval theme, going back to medieval times. It's a new map. Maybe it's gonna evolve through the years. That would be really cool too. Like right now, we're in medieval time or Stone Age times, I guess. Well, actually, no, not Stone Age. I guess it's medieval times. And then maybe we go into different. I don't say different decades, but like you see maybe how stuff evolves. That would be kind of cool because that is kind of in a way what is kind of happening. You're in medieval times, and maybe the 1900s comes around, and you see stuff from the 1900s, or the early 1900s, mid 1900s, or whatever comes. That'd be kind of cool if you start seeing technology really start coming into the map. That'd be kind of cool to see stuff evolve over time. Again, everything's pretty cool. The boss right here, the ageless one, is insanely difficult. You really need a team. Um, I know that's not him right there, but um, you do need a help or a lot of strong weapons or a lot of heals to fight him and get his weapon. His weapon is pretty balanced. It's powerful, but it's kind of hard to shoot. So that's pretty cool. Again, the skybox looks amazing. The perks are amazing. The battle pass is amazing. The lot of collabs that are coming look amazing. We still have Winterfest that's supposed to be coming. So that'd be pretty cool to see what's coming for Winterfest. And it's good to know, or it's happy to know that they've invested more time. I don't say, well, it looks like they've invested um, time into Fortnite in that, and it's actually the last thing I want to mention, and it should have been the first thing, but I want to mention before I forget. Um, I really feel like Fortnite should advertise how, again, they're invested into the players for the next couple years by the new Unreal Engine, the new everything that's new, the updates. Whereas in Warzone, like I said, the unfortunate thing, I don't know if it's greed, but you're starting over again. You're not gonna really want to spend hundreds of dollars on skins and stuff like that when you just lost hundreds of dollars in Warzone 1. I know it's still available. I think maybe I'm hoping that they're testing it for now. I know Warzone 2 is still really popular, but at the same time, I think it's gonna eventually run its course when people realize that um, you're gonna have to really start building your locker, I guess, in a way. And again, what I mean is the fact that um, Fortnite has 5 years of loot or items that you're not losing. Like, imagine if how crazy it would be if Fortnite said, "All right, Chapter 4 is a new beginning. It's Fortnite 2.0. You're losing everything from Fortnite 1." That's just insane, in my opinion. And that's what Warzone 2 is going through. Is like, yeah, I'll probably hop into Warzone 2 a couple times. I love that they brought back the feel of Blackout. But you're losing so much progress. It's just unfortunate. Again, like I said, it goes into the whole um, ironic fact that it almost looks like Fortnite is the new Apple back then, and then IBM and is like Warzone, where Fortnite is willing to change and evolve, and then Call of Duty Warzone players just want to stay with what they're familiar with, just guns and shooting, and stuff like that. Nothing new, nothing crazy. Even though, and I've mentioned it before, even though whenever they introduce Fortnite style skins into Call of Duty, it's the most popular stuff. Anime stuff is the most popular. Fortnite skins are the most popular, going back to Operation Dark Divide. It's the most popular stuff. And the fact that Call of Duty caters to, the small, like 1%, 2%, and give them what they want, or the complainers and stuff like that, the people that complain. I think if you introduce amazing looking skins in Call of Duty, stuff that you've never seen in Call of Duty, people will buy it. The fact that they listen to, some of the big content creators that just kind of um, complain about stuff, and they want it the Call of Duty style, even though Fortnite skins would sell like crazy in Call of Duty, people still don't want it in the game. Anyways, I'll leave it with that. See you guys later.